Hello everyone, I'm Alicia and welcome to my Beautiful Nights channel. So I just recently fixed some broken jewelry for somebody and I didn't expect anything out of it, but they actually gave me some broken, unwanted jewelry and I got some neat things. I had some gemstones that I never seen before and some sliders and a couple other things, and I somehow was very inspired by the least valuable thing that they gave me, which I found very strange, so that's why I am telling you this story right now. So what did they give me? Well, they gave me this anklet right here. Some of you might remember this. This thing here was really popular back in the 90s. It usually came in black, and later on they did come out with some different colors, but it is known, the name, by a tattoo choker. This one here is actually an anklet, but everybody wore these except for me because I can't stand chokers. The feeling of it around my neck, it just drives me insane. I feel like I'm wearing a dog collar. I just can't stand it. So anyways, I was really inspired by this and I wanted to know how it was made. So I figured out how it was made and I wanted to try doing something different with this weave because I just thought it was so cool. So I wanted to try using this weave with leather cord because I have a lot of leather that I got from my aunt, and I also wanted to try it with beads. So I've actually come up with three-ish kind of different jewelry designs with this weave. I'm going to show you how to do the easiest one now. I'm going to see what you guys think about this, and if you like it, then I'll go on to do the other two projects. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this weave. It's pretty cool. So this here is the first bracelet that I made. I'm going to tell you about the different sizes of leather cord and beads that you can use. I made this one for the 4th of July. I really adore it. It's so cute. I found an eagle button in my collection and I just love that. And this one here I made for my mom. This one has bigger beads and I used one of my homemade penny buttons. And this one I used smaller leather and smaller beads, and I actually managed to use a Potomac cup button on this one. It was kind of a struggle to get it over the leather, but I managed. And then this one here I used a different kind of bead. So I'm going to go over all the materials with you guys and let you know what you can use, because everybody can make this bracelet. It's very easy to make, believe it or not, and it does not take long at all. Here is the list of materials you will need to make a bracelet. You will need to cut 4.5 feet of 1.5 millimeter leather, or you can use 1 millimeter leather. Now here's the thing, you need to get your leather to work with the holes that are in your beads. So if you're using 1 millimeter leather, you will have to use 4/0 seed beads, and they're also calling these E beads, which is just silly to me because they're just really big seed beads. That's all it is. So I got all of these beads here in the tubes from A.C.Moore and Joann's fabric. A long time back they had a sale, maybe 2 years ago. It was like 60% off beads that are in packages, and there was like another coupon on top of that. So anyways, I just want to let you guys know where I got these from. And also, if you don't have a craft store near you, you can go to this place here. This is called Czech Beads Exclusive. It's an online store, and these beads here are amazing quality. This one here is a mixture of sizes, but there are also 4/0s in here. There's 4/0s and 6/0s in here, and I used these beads. Here are the product codes if you want to get the same exact beads that I have. I used these ones to make this bracelet here. So this is done with the 4/0 seed beads and 1 millimeter leather cord, and I managed to get a Potomac cup button on this one here. Now I found that with 1 millimeter leather, you will have a lot of options. There's probably a lot of beads in your collection right now you don't even know will work for this project. You just have to take a 1 millimeter leather cord or some kind of other cord that's stiff. You have to use a stiff cord for this. You don't have to use leather, but your cord needs to be stiff in order to make this looping technique happen, because if it's a soft cord like, I don't know, a Chinese sounding cord, I don't think it'll work for this. You have to use something that's very stiff. So that's the 1 millimeter cord. Oh, and actually I found some 6 millimeter glass beads that have large enough holes that I could have made a bracelet with. So please look through your stash and see what you have. Just go through your stash, pick up some beads, and see if you can fit a 1 millimeter cord through them. Okay, so on to the other cord. So this is the 1.5 millimeter leather cord, and I found that I can use 1/0 seed beads and 2/0 seed beads with this leather. So this was the 4/0. There are actually big beads in this one here. You can use these larger beads in this bag to make a bracelet like this one here. All of these here are 2/0 seed beads. This bag is 2/0s. They're from Shipwreck Beads. When you go on their website, look up Rocals and you'll find all the Czech seed beads they have in different sizes, and these were the 2/0s, and I used them to make this bracelet here. So like I said, I got all of these from Joann's and from A.C.Moore on sale, and I did realize when I bought them that I got two different looking beads. So if you look, these here, they're all 2/0s, okay, but these here have the traditional seed bead shape, and if you look at these, they look different. They look like matubo beads. So I'm actually thinking that Czech Preciosa came out with this shape first, because I've had some beads in my stash. I only had like, I don't know, maybe 6 of them. I've had them ever since I started beading, and I think that Czech Preciosa came out with this shape first. They're actually calling their beads Czech Crow roller beads. The dollar bead box sent me these right here. These are the Czech Crow roller beads. They are the same beads, and I also found these on Shipwreck Beads. So if you go to the website and put that name in, you will find them in a slew of colors, and they're very affordable, and you get like 100 of them, I think it was, or however many you want. So it was a pretty good deal on Shipwreck Beads. So these are the same size, 2/0s, but they're in 2 different shapes. I also found these here in my stash. These are ceramic. My aunt sent me these. They're ancient. They're from Rings and Things. I think she had them for a long time, but these will also work. These here are actually 1/0 seed beads. So the turquoise ones I got from Shipwreck Beads, size 1/0, and again they're calling them Rocals, and I love them so much that I had to buy a ton of them. As you can see, they're so pretty. And the brown ones are also from Shipwreck Beads. It was in another mixture. I don't know if they have them in stock right now, but they usually always get their stuff back in stock. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what options you have. And before you go out and buy beads, please look through your stash and see what you have right now that will fit onto this. Because these 1/0 seed beads, I think, are 6 millimeter beads, and they have large holes. So if you have like large hole gemstones, they will probably work for this project. So please go through your stash and see what you have right now before you go shopping, okay? And of course you will need a button to make this, and you will have to have your button work with your leather. You can use whatever button you want as long as it fits on your leather. So this is the list of materials, and please look down there in the description bar, because I'm going to have a lot of info down there for you guys, and I hope all of this made sense. And if it doesn't, just look down there in the description bar, and I'll have all the information down there, okay? So in order to make this bracelet, you need to keep it stationary. You do not need this bracelet flipping over. You want to stay working on the same side. So in order to do that, you can use a wooden loom like I have here. I made this loom. I have a video about how I did it. And if you don't already have this loom, you can use a clipboard for like a paper clipboard. And another thing that I like to do is I like to take a bulldog clip and I clip it to the front of my desk, and then I have this keyboard drawer, and inside the drawer I have a tea tray, and in the tea tray I have a bead mat. And I like to sit here and bead, and if the phone rings, the doorbell rings, I can just close the drawer. I don't have to worry about my cat getting into it, and everything's fine. So I did want to show you guys, with the original version of this, it's very stretchy, okay? But with this, because I have the beads in those loops, you're not getting a whole lot of stretching going on with this. So I'm going to start by putting my button onto my leather, slide this down to the center. You want to find the very center of this cord. I made it so we don't have a whole lot of waste with this. We only have like a couple inches of waste. We have just enough cord to tie the very last knot without wasting cord. So here's the center of my cord. I'm just going to tie a very nice clean knot, just like this. Slide it down, Okay, you want some room right here in the button. You don't want the knot to be all the way up to the button. You do need space. And if you're using this loom, remember that hook right there? You just hook that right there onto the, put the button onto the hook, and then you're ready to go. Okay, so I have my knot tied. Looks like it's twisting right there a little bit, so I just gotta go like that. And it's ready to go. Now I'm going to take my ends of my cord and slide it through this here. We will be able to get this off. Do not worry about that getting stuck on there. And now I'm going to start tying my loops. So I'm going to start with the left side first. I try to always start with the left side first because if you don't keep a consistent looping method, you're going to have problems. That's what I've just found out. So I'm going to pick up a bead on the left side first, slide it down, okay, like that, and then I'm going to take my right cord, and I'm going to move my camera down some. I'm going to take my right cord, go over top of the left, and then I'm going to pull the cord through, just like this. I'm going to slide this cord up, and I'm going to capture this bead, just like this, and I will zoom in for the first few times here, okay? And you want to pull it. You will have to hold it like this between your fingers. That's very important to do that. And pull it snug, just like that. Now I'm going to put a bead on this side. Picking up the bead, sliding that down. Okay, you want to keep the last one snug. I'm going to take the left cord now and put it over top of my right cord. And I'm going to pull this through the loop. And then slide this loop up, and again you want to capture that bead inside the loop. Hold it between your fingers and pull the cord snug. Okay? Now you always want to go over the cord, because if, for example, if I were to go underneath and then pull it through the loop, this is not going to lay straight. Do you see how straight this is? That is because I kept the looping the same the entire time. If you did swap it, it would be bent. It would be like twisted. It would not lay flat at all. So you have to make sure that you do it the same every time. Okay, so I have my second bead on, and I made it pretty snug. And now I have to put a bead on this side. And I have the red opaque, so I'm going to do the red transparent. So I'm going to put my right cord over the left and then through this hole. Okay, and you can adjust the last loop. So this one here can still be adjusted, but this one can't. It's too far away because this cord here is that loop. Okay, so I'm going to pull it up. It's always best, I find, to put my fingers over it, hold it tight between my fingers as I pull the cord snug. Okay, you want these cords, see these two cords, you want them to sit side by side. Same right there. You do not want those two cords to overlap. And always remember that this first bead needs to be on your left side, okay, when you start this. So looking at this one here, you could see how my cords are side by side. They're exactly the same. And this will probably, you'll probably have to do this a few times to get the hang of it. I had to do this, I don't know, maybe 3-4 times till I got consistent loops. And that was without beads. And then I wanted to try it with beads, and I found it actually much easier to get very consistent loops because the beads were in the loops. Okay, so now I'm picking up my next bead on my right side. So you're going left, right, the whole way down, making sure that's still snug. I'm going to take my left cord, put it over my right, and pull it through this hole, capture the bead in the loop, and slide this up. Okay, just like that. Again, I'll pull this tight, and I see that my red cord's getting loose, so I can pull that snug just a little bit. And again, you want to keep those cords side by side right there, in between the beads, side by side. Do not let those cords overlap. Okay, just like that. And if you have a mistake, it's no big deal to take this out. You're not wasting any material. You just have to pull the loop out and make another one. No big deal. So this is my pattern, and I'm going to repeat the pattern again. So I'm going to get another bead and slide that down. This is my left side. Then I have to take my right cord. I need to back up some. Taking the right cord, putting it over the left, and pulling it through the hole. Capture the bead in the loop, and pull this bead up in place. Pull it snug so you're happy with it. And now I have to do the right side. Okay, so now I'm going to put left over the right and through the hole and slide this bead up. Okay, so now I have to pick up my transparent red on my left cord, and then take my right, overlap my left, and bring the cord through the hole, capture the bead in the loop, and slide it down. Pull the cord snug. Okay, just like that. I have 7 beads. I'm going to do it again. Pick up a bead. Now it's on the right side. I'm going to take my left cord and overlap my right and pull it through the hole. And see that there, that hole? It's getting loose. So I can still adjust that loop. Okay, you just can't adjust the one in front of it. You can always adjust the last one, but not the one in front of it. So I'm going to pull this cord. That tightens up that loop. And then I'm pulling this cord here. And you can also use your fingers to pinch this shut some, so you don't have a gap. So I'm just going to do this 2 more times, and then I'll let you guys do it by yourself. So I'm going to move the camera down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to pick up a bead again, slide it down, take my right cord, overlap my left cord, and pull it through the hole. Bring this bead up and pull it tight. Now I'm going to take my right cord, pick up my next bead, slide it down, take the left cord, go over the right cord, and through the loop. Capture it in the loop and slide it up. Pull it snug. So in order to get this off, you can wiggle it off by going like that. It's not hard at all. Or you can just pinch these 2 ends together and it slides right out. I use these things all the time for jewelry making. I use the tiny ones and the big ones. So now all we have to do is tie 2 knots at the end to close off our bracelet, which is very easy to do. Before you do it, you want to make sure that your last loop is very snug. Okay, and then just take your 2 cords and make your knot. It's very easy. And as you can see, we have very little waste. I do not like wasting materials. I don't like wasting wire or leather cording. I don't like wasting even thread. So I always try to give you guys an exact measurement of the materials you'll need. Okay, so just pull that knot down. And I'm going to make the other knot. And I have to be careful with this one. I don't need to pull it too tight. It can be adjusted, of course, but we have to make our button fit into this loop. So passing both ends through. Okay. I'm going to test my button, see how big I have to make it. And it needs to be bigger, so I'll pull it down. Okay, and it's perfect. I think this bracelet will also be great for guys, so it just seems like a really cool design. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. Don't forget to click the bell button so you get notified when I upload new videos, and like me on Facebook. And don't forget to share pictures of the jewelry you've made from my videos on my Facebook page, and follow me on Pinterest. Thanks for watching!